All right, welcome everybody to the last Hometown Heroes Open Wheel Modified here at Lanes Raceway. As you can see, we got all 8 racers now lined up, ready to hard hit. We got a total of 12 racers here tonight. It's going to be a beaten battle here to the finish. So we got plenty of track marshals. The strike board, of course, 2 communities, 3 strikes are out. Going to be happening. Going to head over here to the oval. Right now the lineup is Glenn Burden, also known as Glendis, on red lane. Gunnar Vender, also known as Triggerman, on white lane. Ashton, drag racer here at Lanes Raceway, he's on green lane, his first time out. It's going to be a battle. Brian Vender on orange. Gerald Whitaker on blue. Bronny on yellow. Jay Latham, king of Lanes Raceway, on purple. And Cotton Candy Randy on black lane. Racers, are you ready? Watch your lights. If you heard, they have to watch their lights because for some reason or another the computer has decided that it doesn't like the TV anymore. So our first community here, I'm going to have to kind of do this a little weird. It's going to be on black. Did you hook it up wrong, Dad? Old Cotton Candy Randy sending it there on black lane. I drove his car last night, and what a smooth machine it really is. As we drove the qualifying UMP race last night, and ended up bringing home a win. Now, of course, I can't win at my own place, so it got dropped down to who came in second actually got first. Randy Kirtley narrowly missing a wreck there. Now, I believe that to be Bronny going to take the second community there. This is definitely our most popular series here. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up becoming the Blue Crown. So we got Jay Latham coming off for his first strike. Jay Latham's car definitely smooth as he takes over first place. He's got this baby humming this week. Had 2 fail tech early on. Guillermo Sire and Gunnar Bender, their cars were just a little low before the race, so they ended up having to put a new set of tires on to pass. Randy Kirtley now taking over the lead as we see what looks to be Ryder there on white lane. And that's going to be a strike on green. So it looks like 2 strikes, green and orange. Oh, as the car stalls out on the crook of the track and gets hammered on the backstretch right behind the pole. So that is going to be Jay Latham taking a strike alongside Cotton Candy, your top 2. That's Jay's second, Randy's first. Rider on red. Oh, and another wreck down on the high banks. Nobody hitting the button here. We'll take out several people. Black, yellow, blue, and white. So that's 2 for black and 2 for purple. Having some issues audio-wise on the computer. I'm going to see if I can fix it during the break, maybe. As we get a red flag rotation. I'm going to leave you guys over on the oval, just like it is. I'm going to clear this right here, and then I'm going to head to see if I can fix this real quick. I'll be right back.
have to pay attention to TV.
Y'all just kind of move through. Because there's an onboard speaker inside of the computer, first back to the computer, instead of allowing the other output. I mean, you would be able to hear how that moves. Hey. All right, folks, it doesn't look like I could figure out the problem or fix the problem, therefore. Audio issue yet again with Windows. All right, racers, y'all ready? Here we go. So we turned down all the sound here in Lanes Raceway. Hopefully they can hear the tiny, tiny little speaker that is inside this piece of junk computer that we have. But when you're poor, you got to make things work, and we're not the richest people here at Lanes Raceway. So we got a strip here, sounds like down on Purple Lane. Sorry about the delay, folks. I know, but you know, we like to have the speaker and stuff come through good, but for some reason or another, just yesterday it just decided it didn't want to work. So it's definitely irritating. And it's only the only issue we ever have is always on the oval. We never have any problems on the orange. All right, guys, we're rolling. Several cars already in a wad up pile up here. This is our second community, so I'm not even going to worry about marking all those people. But coming up next will be strikes. And another car just gets blippied out of there on orange, it looks like. And that's going to be a strike on green, their first. Did White get a strike? No. Okay. You got a strike too? Like right now? Okay. So a strike for Brian and for Glenn. Jay Latham out in the lead. He's got a fast car this week for sure. Randy Curley right there behind him. Both of them equally fast cars. So we get what looks to be a rider. One of them off on their lid there in the crook of the track. Does Red get a strike? Red, white, and blue. America. That's 2 for White. Oh, so we get 2 of them going straight through the high banks and a rider up into Dead Man's Corner. That is 3 on White. Purple's getting a strike. Jay Latham on black getting a strike. Everybody's got a strike but orange. And yellow. It ain't 9 seconds, it will be. Oh, is that what it said on the computer? Strike green. Jackson's our new sound output. And Guillermo's joining in the mix. Y'all want a microphone? And a couple more cars off on the inside. right, that's going to be a second strike there for blue. Right now, green, blue, and black, 2 strikes. Purple and red, 1. They know me too well. All right, we got a car, and orange is going to take his first strike. Better than being on copper. Better than being on copper. Oh, and a hard hit to the dead man's corner. That's going to be 3 for blue. And that's a red flag rotation with a nice coast from Jay Latham right there at the end. Take a look. Oh, the track mate just disappeared instantaneously. I'm going to have to fix that. I don't know if I can fix that now. I'm going to pause it and see. Nope. It's still set for the qualifying. Yeah, I seen them do it earlier. No, we'll just have to buy a new one. Is he? Caught you, Jackson. Caught you lacking. That's what he said. We all know different.
Hey, buddy.
Action Jackson, definitely action is the key word with him on red lane coming in. 15 seconds before we go green. Huh? Aren't you supposed to be racing? Yeah, you're going to purple, dude. Y'all better hurry up. Hang on, I'm going to pause it. Yeah, I caught y'all all lacking. I know it did. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Hey, guys, I caught y'all all lacking. It was from last night when we ran that qualifier. I said it for 5 seconds, so y'all lost a minute. All right, guys, watch your lights. No community on that one. I had to set the setting. You guys know. Y'all were watching it. We usually give them about 1 minute and 10 seconds so I can check the track mate after the race. And it just so happened that we had it set for last night when we were doing qualifying. So we don't want to wait that extra minute or whatever to be able to skip to the next guy in qualifying. That way we can just go right into it 5 seconds later. Because it don't take people 1 minute to hook up their controller. So we get another wreck happening here in the crook of the track. This will be the first community. And that's going to be for the guy that just come in, Action Jackson. It's going to be a community strike here. But I will say this, I did get a good chuckle out of everybody like running to their stations because they thought they had a little bit more time. It's quite hilarious. Away there, Ashton making a wise decision, breaking up there to allow him to go on by. So we see a car going to the high outside here. It looks to be Jay Latham going to take the second community. Side-by-side action between purple and yellow. Jay Latham and Ashton. Blue lane now getting into mix. Glenn Burton as he comes there running a very smooth blue lane. Every one of these guys running impeccably here right now. A little side-by-side there from Jay Latham. That back end is out of control like a real dirt car. Randy the King Kirtley running probably the best looking smooth car on orange I've ever seen. We see a car come out in the crook of the track there. It looks to be Ashton running quite well for his first time. That's going to be his first strike. That's going to be one for Briney on white lane. 16 seconds left to go in the heat. This month only, we got tournaments on all pinball machines. If it goes successful, we may do another one, but we got a Tournament of Champions pinball machine on Venom this month. So if you're listening to the live stream and you like a little pinball action, Venom is what you want to be playing this month. A lot of prizes going to be given out on it for this month. 5 positions. So we got another strike there, and that's going to be the second for Ashton. And that's a red flag rotation. Let's head over to the track mate this time. We'll get a little bit extra time here. Last time only 5 seconds, caught everybody off guard. Randy Kirtley currently in the lead, 165 total laps, followed by Jay Latham with 162. Glenn Burton and Briney tied up, 151. Ashton Whitaker there with 126. Gerald Whitaker with 112. Nathaniel Burton 100. Brian Vender with 72. Gunnar Vender 48. 45 of Jackson. Guillermo Sire coming in next on red lane to run his first lane, and Scott Daniel after that. Stay tuned. Heading over to the oval. Be right back with you.
changed it. I tried pausing it while y'all were over here. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna be funny. Sure enough, every one of y'all, boy, y'all done thought like a comment was coming to ours, man. You should have seen y'all running. I'm over there.
You said that.
That was a simulation for how many Black Friday.
All right, I'm back. 1 minute, 55 seconds. We're looking at right now our first community before I could even get set down. Trying and sampling delicious drinks here at Lanes Raceway. Tonight, frosty vanilla root beer for your viewing pleasure. That is going to be a community on orange. I probably really need to lay off the sugary sweets, but I'm a kid at heart, folks, and I'm going to run it until the wheels fall off. Here we go. Yellow, orange, purple, black, red. Whew, that's a lot. All right, here we go. These are actually quite delicious. I'm usually just a regular root beer kind of guy, but man, I forgot how good these vanilla root beers are, really. Quite good. Just want to put it on some regular vanilla ice cream, man. That would be unreal right now. Randy Kirtley in the lead, 178 total laps there on white. Jay Latham to follow, 175. He's got a fast car here this week. He's been waiting this whole time for a car this fast all season long. And then he comes off right there. That is going to be his first strike. He would have been in contention for 0-5 strikes, but that honor has already been given to Gunnar Bender today. So no senior 5 strikes other than one senior 5 strikes. He capitalizes first is the winner. So we get a couple cars off in Dead Man's Corner and a nice, delicious wreck there on the crook of the track. The body came off. Wow. So that's going to be a strike for purple, yellow, black. Purple, yellow, black. Who else we got? Nathaniel Burden, blue. And Jackson ain't getting a strike. Okay. All right, got them all. Jackson not paying attention. He's probably going to get a late start here. And a hard hit to the high outside of the high banks there. This will be Glenn Burden, the only one affected here. Glenn, that is your second. We will definitely be working hard to get the audio issues fixed for the guys. That's going to be a strike for Black. And a nice dive bomb down on purple. Glenn Burden made a great pass there. And on the outside passing Nathaniel Burden. Red car's really humming. Orange Lane Jay Latham, man, he's poised to take a win here if he can keep his car in. White and orange gonna take a strike. Orange is second, white's first. Jay and Randy neck and neck, side by side here. I'll give it an inch. 20 seconds left to go. We got a couple wrecks here. Guillermo Sauer off on the back stretch here. Going to take a strike, his first. Alongside Blue taking their second strike. And Green taking their second strike. Yellow also getting involved in that with their second strike. White going to take their second strike. Everybody has 2 strikes except for red, and red has 1. Wow. And there's a car going off the back stretch here. All right, everybody has 2 strikes. That's a first. Never seen this before. Can they make it 8 seconds, or will we see somebody setting out? Brian says somebody is setting out. And they made it, folks. They made it. What a round. Wow. Randy Kirtley still in the lead by 2 laps. Jay Latham really putting up a battle, though. 214 for Jay. 203 for Glenn Bird, and don't count him out yet. He's ran his 4 heats, but he was up on high side there. We'll see what's going on. Coming in next will be Scott Daniel for his first round. Bound to be a pretty exciting atmosphere here, to say the very least. 2 strikes all around, getting cleared. Take you over to the oval, watch these guys work. We'll be right back with you. All right, 22 seconds left to go. All the racers are getting lined up here. Chase coming around. Scott Daniel making a call for Nathaniel to get his lead off the track. He already knew that his car was going to take that hit. 152 as we see Scott pull his car and save it. Several cars involved in that incident. Scott getting them all, collecting. He's sending them around to the front. This will be our first community here. Round robin 5-12. So that's going to be a community strike for Jackson there on blue. On orange for Gerald. On red for Scott. Here we go. For red lights drop out to green, here we go. Oh, and a hard hit for Scott all the way to the high side there as he collects up Glenn Burden. Glenn couldn't let off soon enough, but it's a nice, easy touch for the two. That's going to be your second community down. Glenn Burden and Scott Daniel. Cotton Candy Randy grabbing both the cars as he comes back around. We're now in strike territory. That was second. We are now in strike territory. 4 red lights drop out to green. Here we go, folks. Oh, and a car coming off from the inside out, taking Jackson and another car out. Something's coming off of them, it looks like. Uh-oh. What do we got here? Damage on the field. Damage on the field. Now, these are all getting strikes here. And I know for a fact I seen Jackson's car there. And I also seen, I believe, Nathaniel Burden's red #1. And Gerald on orange. Going to take a strike here. Red lane, Scott Daniel going to take a strike here, his first. What's that? Huh, those are guide flag washers. Oh, and the high banks. Oh, did he stay in? He's in there, folks. And that is going to be a strike for Nathaniel Burden there, his second. Before red lights dropping out to green, here we go. And one of the high side outside there looks to be Jay Latham's ride. Jay Latham on white, his first strike of the day. Yellow get a strike? Okay. Oh, and a hard hit there in the high banks and a busted up car to boot. That's hard. All right, looks like Jackson Darty's going to take his second. And Scott Daniels going to take his second. Yep. Stalled car is a dead man's corner spelling disaster. And that's going to be a strike on yellow, Ashton's first. Good smooth racing here. Jay Latham still your leader. 255 total laps. Glenn Burton in second, 249. Oh my, how that big cluster of people made it through. And one comes off from the inside to the out. And that is going to be Nathaniel Burton's third. Black Lane, their first. Who all went out? Nathaniel, that is? Okay. 10 seconds left to go in the heat. And a stalled car on yellow. Needs to push through. And look out, Bronny. Trying to take out his left leg in his brand new shirt here at Lanes Raceway. How dare them. These racers are crazy out there. All right, that's Guillermo Sire on green. His first strike. Gerald, you got to bring her to the front. All right, and that's, yeah, Gerald, that'll be his second strike. Was that Jackson out? Okay. My body's seen better days for sure. He needs a stiffening bar on that dude. That front end is up, boy. Two seconds left to go in the heat. Looks like Jay Latham's going to bring it home as a roll down to end your heat. And that would have been a third strike there for Gerald. But we're clearing the board here, folks, as we head over to the track mate. Jay Latham, your leader right now. 265 total laps and a blistering laps indeed. 256 laps. Glenn Burton there in second. 51.2 on average. Randy Kirtley, 54 to round up your top three. All right, now that we got the heats cleared out, what does that say? I can't even read that. Why is that text so small? Howdy, mate. Pretty cool. That's why I followed you. I would like to make you a friend, be a fan. If you don't mind, kindly chat me on Discord. Okay. All right. Man, I'm having a hard time reading your name, Bentley Bub, but howdy, mate. Your stream pretty cool. That's why I followed you. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll hit you up on Discord. Appreciate it, man. I'm having a hard. I can't hardly read this. I'm trying to read this off of a widescreen 1080p monitor. You can probably see me if I move this over here. That's me in the left-hand portion of the screen there, looking at that monitor. So it's not the best monitor on earth, but yeah, I will take this down and give you a shout later. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for watching. Let everybody know that what we're trying to do here, trying to make a way for these racers to get some big payouts here. Plus, they're all kind of fun to cut up with. Heading over to the oval, let you watch these guys race. We'll be right back with you. All right, we're back. Four red lights are dropping out to green. Right now, Jay Latham currently your leader, but you don't see him up there racing this time. He's out, going to help track marshal to go back green. So Glenn Burton's now going to take over the lead there on yellow lane, 258 total laps, followed by Ashton Whitaker there on orange. His first time actually doing the UMP Dirt Late Model race here at Lanes Raceway, 217. Nathaniel Burton there, 208 laps in third. As we get a hard hit there in the high banks, that's going to be Scott Daniel taking the first community here on green lane. Four red lights are dropping out to green. Our first community gone in this heat. Still quite a bit of racing left to go. We're halfway through as we get a car flip over, land back in the lane. Wow, that's a clippable moment for sure. It's the first time I've ever seen that happen. That's going to be our second community down, and Ashton over here doing wild things with this car. And the crook of the track is very dangerous as of late, involving four cars in an incident right as we went back green. See Bryony and Cotton Candy Randy there grabbing the cars, bringing them back around. Orange, green, white, purple. Orange, green, white, and purple receiving strikes. Four red lights are dropping out to a green. Here we go. Oh, oh my. I don't know how many times that car was going to get hit. 7 or 8 cars slammed all the way to the backstretch. The car of Ashton. I hope Ashton's all right. All right, that's going to be a strike for Gerald Whitaker on white, his second. Let's see who else is going to take strikes here. We got one on red. That's Gunnar Bender. Is that it? All right, we got one on orange. and that is Ashton, the guy that got ragdolled down the backstretch. Probably the best wreck of the evening so far. Oh, we got a rider here. Scott came out, went back in, but the button was pressed, and he's upset about it. His second. All kinds of eventful things happening in this heat. Round robin 6 of 12 has very, very eventful. Ooh, some high side rolling there. Green down low. Scott Daniel, his car very, very smooth. Up top, Gunner Bender there on red. He's giving it everything he's got. Almost looks like he's full throttle there. On blue down low, Guillermo Sire, he's making some moves now. Haven't heard a lot from Guillermo. We'll see if he can make a push for the front as he dive bombs down low on Ashton up on orange. Ended up in a wreck here towards the crook of the track. That's going to be a strike for red. Gunner, his second. So right now, red, white, green, and orange, 2 strikes. Purple, 1 strike. 44 seconds left to go in the heat. Oh, we got a little bit of a lift there on purple, allowing the car of Glenn Burden to go on by. This could have spelt disaster for both of them. Each of them giving each other a little bit of room as the blue car Guillermo's coming up on the yellow car Glenn Burden. Oh, he just don't want to make the move. Oh, he's gonna. He might make it. Blue might make the pass here, but Glenn's not giving an inch, folks. As we get a car off, and Glenn gets involved in the incident with Ashton. So Glenn Burden, that'll be his first strike. Ashton, that'll be his third. So Ashton will be unplugging for this heat. But I'll tell you what, some of the best wrecking I've seen in an age. So somewhat of a special congratulations to Ashton on that, actually. A great wreck on the backstretch. Oh, as we get a wreck and a car going back in on purple, and just a little bit of a tiny touch there from Jackson's car. We're going to see Jackson take his second. We're going to see Gerald Whitaker take his third. And Green, that'll be the Green's third. So, no, that's purple's second. That's white, his third. White and green are off, yes. Ashton, I'll tell you what, Dave, there were some sick wrecks, man. That one where you flipped and landed back in the lane, that was gnarly. Oh man, you're putting a show out there, man. Making it enjoyable to watch for sure. Or at least I'm enjoying it. Glenn Burden looks like he is going to be the leader at the end of this heat as we roll on through round robin number 6. Glenn Burden, 311 total laps, followed by Jay Latham's 265. And third place, Nathaniel Burden, 256 total laps. Checking in on chat, still about the same thing. Going to head over to the oval screen, let you watch these guys work. We'll be right back with you.
catching it? Not a chance. Yeah. Yeah, that you may do, but.
Guillermo, you get a black sticker right there? Yeah. Oh, Guillermo, get it to you. Guillermo got it. Thank you. Let's go straight. Everyone turn.
All right, looks like we got a strike for blue and green. They're first. So a strike there for White Lane. And a strike for blue, Scott Daniel, his second. going to be another strike there for White. Ashton. All right, looks like we got another wreck on White. That's going to be their third one. All right, at the end of that heat, we got Glenn Burden in the lead, 364 laps. Nathaniel Burden, 309, 283 for Ashton Whitaker. Going to head over here to the oval. Let you watch these guys work. Going to clear out the strikes first. And we'll be right back with you. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, taping it down like that. Well, that nose was flying up there. I guess you do. Briney's coming in on red. Did I feel a sudden gust of wind there? What? Jackson, you don't want that to take place. Okay. I'll meet you out in the parking lot for a band. I'll do it tonight. I don't even need a belt. I'll use my pinky to destroy you. For a band? $1,000. All right, yeah, I'll tear into you for $1,000. You'll have to sign some paperwork saying it's all right for me to do so, though. You have to forgive Jackson. He's a very violent child. So we get our first little incident here. It's going to be Bryony and Gunner going to take the first community. And then we're going to see 4 red lights are dropping out now into a green. 2 communities, 3 strikes. That's how it goes. 3 strikes, you're out, just like baseball. So we get to see another car high outside catching a lane there on white. That's going to be Bryony going in for the second one. So we are now in strike territory here. Does Green get a strike too? I must have missed Brian having a wreck there. We're now in strike territory, guys. Two cars going high to the outside. Looks like Red's going to stay in. And Scott Daniel is going to take his first strike on purple lane. Quick on the button there, Gunner. Looks like Gunner and Jackson both going to take a strike as they have words by the driver's station. Seconds left to go in the heat. These guys are running pretty smooth, so we see one jack off to the outside there on the dead man's corner here. Randy Kirtley's going to grab it. That's Trigger Man Gunner. His second strike. Two. Guys have developed into quite the racers this whole season long in this class, as we can see several laps being turned here without any incidents, and we're actually racing with a few. It's only had maybe 1 or 2 races under their belts, but the guys have fell in love with the travel track here at Lanes Raceway, and it's starting to show that the cars are mattering a whole lot more than the person, as everybody pretty much has a good rhythm. It's pulling down to how smooth your car is, how freed up it is, whether or not you're going to finish high on the hog. You see a hard press on the button and a loud laughter coming from William Burton. And Bryony, he's going to take himself a strike, his first. 8 seconds left to go. 4 red lights dropping out to a green, and we'll have another round robin down. A stalled car there on red. That's going to be another strike for Bryony. He lost a braid, folks. Anytime the button gets pressed, the button presser receives a strike, no matter if there was an issue or not. And that is a round robin rotation as we finish without a caution there. Head over here to the track mate. We can see Glenn Burden, 415 total laps in the lead, 51.9 on average per heat. Nathaniel Burden, the son of Glenn, right there next to him, 51.7 on average, right behind him. And Jackson Darty in third with 50.5. Like I said, it's 8 of 12. We got 4 more heats left to go, and we're going to start seeing some people actually drop off. That was Glenn's last heat. Next will be Nathaniel's last heat, so stick in there, folks. Got a lot of racing left to go. Going to head over to the strikes and clear those babies out, and head over to the oval. Watch these guys work. We'll be right back with you.
Yeah, I tried to anyway. I hope it works.
All right, folks, I'm back, and so far, so good. These guys have been racing really good and smooth. May even go a full heat without seeing a wreck. Oh, no, I spoke too soon. So we got our first car coming off here. Looks to be Scott Daniel. Going to take the first community. Still quite good racing there, as we made about 30 seconds before an incident. When you're doing this live, folks, it can be very, very daunting. It can be very busy also. Wow, what a wreck. Bryony, I don't know if he survived that. Bryony took a hard hit there for the second community. We'll just go ahead and give that all to Bryony. Took a tumble. So we got the best hooker in the business here, Glenn Burden, grabbing that baby. The usual suspects getting blamed. Jackson. Four red lights dropping out to green. Here we go, folks. Ooh, and a hard hit to the high outside again. Bryony might have let that get to his head a little bit. as we're going to see Bronny take his first strike. Guillermo Sire feeling the side effects of fatigue next to the oval track. As he crouches over. Dedicated racer, long-time racer here. Been in the slot car business for years. Knows every name in the game. We appreciate Guillermo. We appreciate every one of these guys. I love them fighting hard for that victory here tonight. Round robin 9 of 12. Somebody's going to bring it home. Nathaniel poised to do so right now on White Lane. He's going to be coming off. He's going to be the guy to beat. Right now it is Glenn Burden as he is off. We're seeing Bronny here maybe retiring here as he's got some issues here with the front end. It looks like Bronny is going to go ahead and retire, so no more green lane. And it was a hard hit, folks. You've seen it coming down the crook of the track there. We've had a lot of interesting hard hits here all night long. Nobody really giving anybody any room. It's just been hard. You can't hardly pass on the outside in this class. The back end's stepping out. Nobody wants to give anybody any room. And coming out of the edge of Dead Man's Corner, if they don't just neck it right at the edge, then they don't get traction. They end up just coming on out. And that's going to be a strike there for Scott and for Nathaniel Burden. Oh, right back in here. Scott takes out another one off of purple lane. So Scott and Gunner are going to take a strike here. And that's going to be Scott's second. Did Nathaniel come out again? Okay. So Nathaniel's going to take another strike here. That's going to be his second. Hard racing here towards the end. A good start of the heat. Made it about 30 or so seconds without an incident one. Business now, though. Hard hits. It never quits. 4 red lights drop out to a green, and oh my. Gunner gets shunted by Scott Daniel to the outside wall. Gunner going to take another strike. It's going to be a second strike on purple for Gunner. And there may be others involved. Got to get a refresh here on the stream. All right, and that's going to be a strike on orange. And Nathaniel Burden is out, folks. White lane is out. We continue back here. We got a couple more, 3, 4, I don't know, enough cars wrecking here. Every couple seconds here. 3 on black. Yep. Red, 1. And 1 on yellow. Got it. A lot of hard wrecks. Starting out so clean of a race. We've not even made it maybe 4 or 5 seconds without like 5 or 6 wrecks here. So we're down to 5 fired up gentlemen to end this heat. We still got quite a bit of racing left to go. White with 2 strikes, purple with 2 strikes. Everybody but blue with 1. Late night hours come in with fatigue. School's out, so the kids don't have to worry about getting in bed on time. But nonetheless, racing's tough whenever you got to stand for so long just to get some of this action going on. 30 seconds left to go in the heat. Nathaniel Burden still in the lead as he's getting approached on by Jackson Daugherty here in the heat. I don't think he has enough time to catch him, but he's putting a valiant effort up, to say the least. All 3 of these guys kind of sparsely spaced out here, giving each other room to make a run. Red lane very fast. Randy Kirtley creeping up on orange of Jackson Daugherty. As we get a wreck here, looks like Randy might actually still be in after Dead Man's Corner as they snag up 2 cars here. And that's blue and yellow. Blue's first strike, yellow's second. 3 seconds left to go in the heat. Guillermo Sire there on yellow lane actually got himself a sponsorship from the UPS store earlier this season. So we take a look here at the track mate as it loads in. Glenn Burden in first place still. 415 total laps, 51.9. Nathaniel Burden in second, 386, 48.2 on average. Jackson Darty in third, 50.4. And Guillermo in fourth, 55.7. Keep an eye on these guys. It's going to be a pretty close little battle here as we round into the final couple of heats here. Coming up next, round robin 10, I believe, 9 or 10. Be right back with you. All right, folks, 4 red lights dropping out to a green. Here we go. Jackson Darty now in the lead, 356 laps. This is his final heat as we see, bad luck take place there. Jay Latham and Brian Vender both getting involved in the incident. Jay just couldn't get the old free rolling baby to stop in time. Both of them going to take a community strike here. One more community to go and we'll be in the 3-strike territory. Glenn Burden there getting the cars situated. Four red lights drop out to green. Here we go. Guillermo Sire's got this heat and one more to do his justice. Randy Kirtley there in third position and Jay Latham in fourth there. Both of these guys sleeping lions, to say the very least, as they have 2 heats left to row. We can see a 6-pack race going on here. Ronnie and Scott, of course, not running as Bronny's car in that one big huge wreck last heat destroyed his front end. And Scott Daniel, he's just retiring too from a lot of incidents. These guys right here are running smooth. running for their life. They start to group up down on Dead Man's Corner. Black gets into purple. So that's going to be Gunner and Brian Bender taking the second community. We are now in strikes with 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go in the heat. Looks like Briney done got himself an elf body. And some 18 stickers. Flashed them over here at the cam. 56 seconds left to go in the heat, and we got a car off on the inside of the crook of the track. Gerald Whitaker reaching down there and grabbing it. Next week, we're actually going to be running those little old mini trucks. Front tires all the way around. It's going to be a blast, folks. I've already seen them run. They are wild and out of control. So that's something new for next week. We're going to have to get the Summer Series design up and going. My wife says she wants to design a t-shirt, so she's going to design the Summer Series shirt, and we'll get that uploaded, and we'll start into the Summer Series. Not next week, but the week after will actually be the points. But next week you'll actually get to see the mini truck, which we believe is going to be our main event. For those that don't know how we select main events, we select those main events by the biggest race of the day. We kind of know about how many people's going to enter and how many people are going to show up. And usually the evening race is usually the main event. Like tonight, it's our Hometown Heroes class here. We have 12 entrants. Before that, we had one, I think had 7 or 8. And then before that, we had one that had 6 or 7. So kind of put them in line like that. Nonetheless, these guys do love racing. They love the different variations that we do here. They have a tremendous amount of input, if you guys didn't know. So they come up, hey, what if we did this? What if we did that? And I'm open ears. I love watching new stuff and exciting stuff, even mixing different types of racing. That's one of my favorite things. So if you like that kind of stuff too, definitely stick around. Heading over to the track mate, Glenn Burden in the lead, 415 total laps, followed by Jackson with 402, as he was able to make 402 there towards the end. And Guillermo Cyrus, who got one more heat here, 391 total. And he's going to be able to surpass those guys coming up next unless he just has some detrimental thing take place. Randy Kirtley and Jay Latham, though, sleeping giants for sure, alongside with Gunnar Bender. These guys got 2 heats left, and they are poised to be able to be up there real high, too. Jackson done deciding he's going to take himself a seat. We'll wait for the next heat to roll around here. So we're going to take you over here to the oval, and maybe you can see him there. If we move this over here to the driver's panel. You see him over there sitting down, just hanging out there next to Randy Kirtley and Gerald Whitaker. He gives a little wave over here to me. Nonetheless, we got 2 more heats left to go in the final Hometown Heroes race here at Lanes Raceway. Next weekend will be the banquet. Got to get some barbecue ready for these guys as they're going to come in. They're going to be running, like I said, a preliminary dirt race. Or not dirt race, I'm sorry, preliminary mini truck race coming up next week, just to have something to do during the banquet. The person that gets first place is going to decide out of Hometown Heroes, the brushless class, or the wing car Group F, what's going to go on to be our Blue Crown and the 4 Crowns coming up in November. Exciting times. Last year's 4 Crowns was a $6,000 purse, and we paid out 10 positions to these racers. This year's poised to even be bigger, so we're excited about that. And each one of these guys, as long as they have been in one of our seasonal series, they are eligible to get in the 4 Crowns. Now, it's always beneficial to enter all 4 of the crowns in the 4 Crowns because you'll get the most points. But if you don't, you can still get in the 4 Crowns, have a good time, maybe finish top 10. You might get lucky, finish top 10. You'll just have to wait and see. But I think the competition is going to get pretty severe here as the stakes are high. 1 second, folks. All right, right, folks, we got about 16 seconds left to go. I'm going to get us rounded up here, make sure we got our strike system and stuff cleared out. Looks pretty good. Checking the chat. Chat looks pretty good. Not a whole lot going on. But nonetheless, we do appreciate everybody that chats, likes, subscribes, shares, all that stuff. 4 red lights are dropping out to green. This heat one more as we get a button press. Who hit the button? Gunner hit it. 1 community for Gunner. 4 red lights drop out to green. Here we go. We may or may not have a protest at the end of this race too. It just really depends on how far they want to push it. But there was evidently a call earlier about a racer not track marshaling during track marshal time. So if they want to push it, they can. If they don't, then we'll just continue on and not worry about it. It is the final race here, so we will see. High to the high out banks here. Someone gets the button pressed. And that's going to be Guillermo Sire taking the 2nd community. White lane. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. We are now in strike territories. We see a car high to the outside. That seems to be the hot spot this evening, is coming out of Dead Man's Corner. And that is going to be Randy Kirtley on blue take his first strike. He's checking his controller right now just to see what's going on there. Yellow's getting pushed through. I don't guess he's getting a strike. They're just checking him out. 4 red lights are dropping out to green. Here we go. So we can see a nice little pack forming up here in Dead Man's Corners. We get a pass on the white lane from red. White's going on the outside of green. We're in dangerous territories there. Green lifts a little bit, letting him go by. Now we're kind of fanning out here, but High Bank's down 1 on the lid. Looks to be possibly Guillermo Sire going to take a strike here, his first. Four red lights dropping out. It's bowling down to be something pretty intense here at Lanes Raceway to end this. Guillermo Sire is right now in the lead, 4:13. Last I recall, that was the breakout of the top racer. So it's pretty close. But like I said, we got some sleeping giants here. Randy, Jay, and Gunner here right on his heels as Guillermo is going to set the top time here with 47 seconds left to go. And then the other guys have to try to beat him. Randy Kirtley there biding his time on blues. We see 2 cars. One of them shunted off the track there. That's going to be Gunner's car coming off the track. Gunner there on yellow taking his first strike. And Jay Latham going to take a strike here on green lane. Let's get both these cars put in. Right now, as it states, Guillermo Sire on white lane, 1 strike. On green lane, Jay Latham, 1 strike. Blue, Randy Kirtley, 1 strike. And yellow, Gunnar Bender, 1 strike. .35 seconds left to go in the heat. I really want to get a light board set up in front of the guys right where they're looking at the monitor there. You guys can't see the monitor, but you can see the pole that the monitor's on. Get like a light thing set up so that whenever I hit the strike button, they can see it. And then that way they know exactly how many strikes they have. On yellow, Gunnar Bender going to take his 2nd strike. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. 25 seconds. It's a nail biter, folks. 4:31 of Guillermo Sire. So we get a hard hit on the high banks, taking 2 of them out. Guillermo Sire and Jay Latham. Jay Latham 2nd. Guillermo Sire 2nd. Whew. We got 3 vehicles right now with 2 strikes. Gunnar Bender, Jay Latham, Guillermo Sire. 17 seconds left to go in the heat. know about you, but my palms are getting sweaty. It's always intense right at the end. Nice little cluster taking place down low, yellow and blue there, neck and neck. That is Randy and Gunner. And a red flag rotation. We'll take a look here at our new leader, Guillermo Sire, with 439 laps. We got one more heat left to go. And it looks like Randy Kirtley and Jay Latham and Gunnar Bender are going to have to give it their all to get there. But I'll tell you what, 60 laps or so is about what you can expect. And I'll tell you, it's going to be on the edge for Randy and Jay for sure. Especially for Randy, it's going to be on the edge. He's going to have to run a nigh perfect lane here to catch Guillermo. Is it possible? It is possible. But he is going to have to really haul the mail here. Jay Latham there and Gunnar Bender, they still have some opportunity here, but they're going to have to do something crazy as they're towards the middle of the lanes here. So more or less, most likely not going to optimally take a first place here, but they're definitely in the running for second if they hammer down and give it their all. Going to leave you here on the oval, and we'll be right back with you for the final round robin heat for the series of the Hometown Heroes class here at Lanes Raceway. Wish them luck. All right, 4 red lights are dropping out for the final here. What a nail biter it's been. Randy Kirtley now in the lead, 378, 439 laps he has to get here to be able to take the lead. Can he do it? Well, there's a minute and 46 seconds and about 60 or so laps that can be made here, so we'll see. Jay Latham about 10 laps behind that, and Gunnar Bender hoping that Jay wrecks. We see our first community here. That's going to be Brian Vender going to take the first community strike here. Four red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Music brought to you by Epidemic Sound. Special thanks to them. A real special thanks here lately is they have not kicked me out and made me have to re-sign in all the time. I love being able to come here, have it set up and ready to go. So if you're looking for a place that's, you know, always working to help you out, Epidemic Sound's the way to go, man, for a live stream. I love it. It's worth every penny, as we're going to see our second community here. Orange red. And we are now in strike territory, folks. And they hit to the outside here. It'll be a first strike here for Gerald Whitaker and Gunner. Oh, and such a hard hit here on the backstretch. Not what Randy Kirtley wanted to see. That right there is most likely going to make it to where Randy cannot catch. Guillermo Sire. We also got another strike here from Gunner, his second. That's it. That's all you can do, Jackson. Sit there and accept it. It's a hard life, man. All right, and it's going to be a strike here for Jay Latham on blue. Jay Latham actually coming back strong this week. So we see a nice coast there by Brian Bender. Jay Latham's been working on his car all season long. That's going to be a strike on orange, his third. Gunner's out for the heat. So his hopes of passing Jay are not good, as we'll see him fall now. Jay Latham here, still poised to bring it home. Oh, as Jay comes off on blue lane. That's going to be his second. So Jay right now, he's fighting to get what looks to be third position. But it looks like Glenn Burden might have it sold up. We'll see. And a hard hit there. Gerald Whitaker getting involved there. Gerald's going to take his second strike here. 17 seconds left to go in the heat. Blue lane, Jay Latham. Going to be his third. Man, upsetting thing to take place there. This last heat took out 2 of your top 3. So it's all on Randy's shoulders whether or not he can make it, and there is no way he can get to 39 in 7 seconds. So that means Guillermo Sire is going to bring home the win in this final Hometown Heroes class race here. 4 red lights are dropping out to green. It's all but finishing here. So we see Brian Bender just pull his car. And that's it, folks. Let's head over to the track mate here. Guillermo Sire in first place, 439 laps. Randy Kirtley, 435, second position. Jay Latham and Glenn Burden tied. We need to know where y'all finished. Who got third out of Jay and Glenn?
All right, we're figuring that out. He's wrecked out.
Yeah. Where's your sticker? Okay. So that gets it, right? Okay. All right. Glenn Burden, third position. Jay Latham wrecking out, puts him back at the... Or wait a minute. Where did he wreck out at? Oh, so either way it wouldn't have mattered. Okay. Yeah, because being as it's the final heat, wherever he wreck out at, where he stops, where he'll be. Yeah, so he still got beat. All right, Glenn Burden going to take third position. Jay Latham in a very close fourth position. And Jackson in fifth position. Round up your top 5. Guys, that's all we got here for the race here at Lanes Raceway for your Hometown Heroes race and the end of this weekend. Not to mention, that is the end of the spring series. We're going to get everything tallied up. You're going to know who's going to win it come next week. If you've been paying real close attention, you already know. If you've been marking off people and everything else. Nonetheless, next week we will be having our banquet here Sunday with a preliminary mini truck street stock class with front wheels on front and back. It's gonna be a pretty interesting little race. You guys can check out 929 lockdown gear ratio FCR. So come check it out with us. God bless you. Thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us. The racers love it. You guys love it. Share, like, subscribe, all that stuff if you really do love slot car racing. If you don't, then don't do it. Love you guys. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.